Hi everybody, it's Guru Bob and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the 2009 30-Day Challenge. I'm here in the lab and it's day 2. Today is going to be all about you finding some specific micro niches that you can go forward with during this year's 30-Day Challenge. A lot of the content in day 2 is going to be focused around Market Samurai, a wonderful tool that's perfect for the strategy and process we teach here in the 30-Day Challenge. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about more general concepts about marketing and helping you to define some things about marketing and what actually is a market on the internet, how we define it from a 30-Day Challenge perspective. And then following this video, there'll be a number of videos from the Noble Samurai crew showing you how to use the keyword research module, module 1 of Market Samurai, to explore some of the ideas that you pull together from day 1. So without further ado, let's head on over to the screen and start to think about what is a market. So what is a market? Now I'm making the basic assumption here that most of you are participating in the 30-Day Challenge because you're interested in getting started in setting up a business to make some money on the internet. That doesn't mean that the 30-Day Challenge techniques and methods that we're going to teach you won't be just as effective for non-commercial websites or niches that have a non-commercial focus. But the basic principle is, and the basic assumption we're making is that you're looking to actually participate in a commercial enterprise. So our definition for a market is a segment of the general population that share a common need or desire in relation to something, a group of people that want something or need something. We need to make the assumption they have the capacity to be able to pay, so they need to have access to credit card facilities, a PayPal account, or some other payment process that works on the internet. And of course, there's no point them having a need if they're not prepared to buy something to satisfy that need. So a market is a group of people that have a common need, they have the capacity to pay, and they have the motivation to buy. Now along the way, you may have heard of the phrase niche, and you'll certainly hear that a lot in the 30-Day Challenge training. A niche and a micro niche, which is an even smaller niche, is simply a subset of a larger market. For example, there will be a group of people that are interested in the Leica company. And that will be a large group of people because Leica make a lot of different products and they do a lot of different things. But there is a smaller group of people, a subset of that group, that are only interested in Leica cameras. And they would be a niche. That Leica camera would be a niche within the market, the overall market contained within the phrase Leica. And then, yet again, there's a specific micro niche of people that are just interested in Leica digital cameras. Because Leica make other cameras other than digital cameras, but there's those that are interested in Leica digital cameras would represent a micro niche in the overall niche of Leica camera and the overall market of people interested in Leica generally. Now the thing about marketing offline, so away from the internet, is that it's traditionally been very difficult and certainly very expensive to target niches and micro niches. It's often very hard to do. In fact, the only real way of doing it with any degree of efficiency is to find specialty magazines or specialty databases where you can market directly to people that have already put their hand up by being a subscriber to that magazine for some specific niche or micro niche area. But generally, offline marketing, advertising, media placement, television, radio is expensive. And therefore it's generally out of the league of the small to medium-sized business person and people that are just starting out, trying to get something going. Now on the internet, finally, there's a difference, a huge difference in the capacity of the smaller size person with a smaller budget to be able to target a specific group of people, a niche or a micro niche, by focusing and creating content targeted to the keywords that people that are interested in niches and micro niches are likely to use. Now, some keywords and key phrases are used more frequently than others, and therefore those keywords are more valuable. And because those keywords are used more frequently, there's probably going to be more web pages that use those keywords. So we can look at a keyword or a key phrase which is representative of a niche or a micro niche in terms of the traffic for that keyword, i.e. the number of times people are using it in searches, and the degree of web page competition that exists that contains that specific phrase. From a commercial perspective, there are also keywords that people are more commonly going to use when they're actually looking to buy something, specific buying phrases. And of course, those are likely to be more commercially valuable than key phrases that people use generally, and oftentimes where they might be just looking for free content. So our general goal in the 30-day challenge is to find keywords or key phrases that are used by people who are willing to buy a product online that relates to a specific keyword they're searching for, and for which there is an acceptable level of competition, so that we have a chance of competing in the search engines to get traffic that exists for that keyword. Now, moving on from here, I'm going to start to talk about the subject of keyword hierarchy, because this can allow us to sort of come up with a definition of how we can separate market, niche and micro niche level keywords. In the 30-day challenge, we define the difference whether a keyword is a market level keyword or a niche level keyword or a micro niche level keyword, which we're interested in terms of the number of web pages that exist phrase matched for that keyword. Now, what I mean by phrase match is that the web page actually contains the specific phrase, not just the words that occur within that phrase. If they contain the words but not in the particular phrase order, then that would be broad match. But if the web page actually contains our target phrase, then that is phrase matched. And the number of phrase match competition pages for a specific keyword we can use to define whether it's a market level keyword, a niche level keyword, or a micro niche level keyword. Now, there are plenty of people who have different views on this, but I define a market level keyword as one that has more than a million competing pages phrase match. And if it's got tens or hundreds of millions of pages, then it's probably a mega market keyword. Generally, most one-word keywords are market level keywords. So things like credit or loans or mortgage, these are market level keywords. They're highly valuable, and the big end of town are targeting those keywords and spending lots of money to have websites optimized for those keywords so they come up high in Google for people that do searches for those keywords. Keywords that have between 30,000 and a million competing pages phrase match, I put in the category of a niche keyword. And keywords or key phrases that have less than 30,000 pages phrase match are micro niche keywords. And in the 30-day challenge, we're looking to find micro niche keywords within the areas of interest or the subjects or the things that we're passionate about. We're also going to apply a traffic criteria as well. We don't really want to focus on keywords that have got, only very small amounts of traffic. And in later videos on day 2, you'll see that we'll be asking you to look for keywords that have got the potential to have more than 80 searches a day if you had the #1 website in Google for that micro niche keyword. Now I'm going to go over to Google now just to give you an idea of how to sort of get your head around looking for keywords manually in Google. Now we can Market Samurai makes it a lot easier to do this, but I also want to show you how you can do this in Google itself. So here I am in Google, in my Firefox browser. I just wanted to point out how simple the Google homepage is. And I want you to start thinking about why Google would make their homepage, the starting page, so simple. Because there's a very good reason for this. Google's mission in life is to be able to serve you with the most relevant content for the things that you're interested in. But Google doesn't know what you're interested in until you give it some information. So on the Google homepage, apart from the main Google logo and a few links to some of the Google functionality, main thing here is a search box. Google wants you to give it some information before it can give you the most relevant results back relative to your area of interest. This is one of the reasons why Google is as successful as it is. Now, you might remember the example that I used before in terms of a market level keyword, Leica. Now, I've typed in Leica into the search engine here. Because it's a one-word keyword, there is no distinction between the broad or phrase match search for that keyword. So I don't need to do anything other than just type in the one word. And you can see over here that there are 13.7 million competing pages for the word Leica. Google has found 13.7 million pages that contain the word Leica. So by any definition, this is a market level keyword. Now, if I go down to the phrase Leica camera, and you can see that I'm now looking for the specific phrase. So I've prefaced the phrase here with an inverted comma. I could put two inverted commas there, but whether you put two or just one at the beginning, Google serves the same results. But if I take the inverted commas away, you can see that there are 5.4 million competing pages broad match for Leica camera, which means that there are 5.4 million pages that contain the words Leica camera, but not necessarily together in that phrase. But that's not what I'm interested in. I want to know the pages that specifically have the phrase Leica camera, and there are 334,000 competing pages, which places it in the category of a niche within the context of our keyword hierarchy. And yet again, if I look at the phrase Leica digital camera, Google tells me that there are 21,500 competing pages, which, based on our definition, would make it a micro-niche phrase, something which would be of interest to us. Now, you don't know this, but I've done a Market Samurai search on the phrase Leica digital camera, and there are over 1,500. The website that's in the #1 position for Leica digital camera would be receiving over 1,500 searches a day for that phrase. So despite the fact that it's got relatively small competition, 21,500, it still has a lot of traffic. So this would be a candidate for a good micro-niche keyword. Now, it doesn't mean to say that it will pass our other criteria, which we'll be talking about on day 3 and day 4, but from the perspective of traffic and competition, it would be a great keyword. Now, in days gone by, we used to have to do all these sorts of analyses, keyword analyses, using manual techniques. It was very hard. Over the last couple of years, the wonderful Market Samurai tool has been developed in conjunction with myself and the Noble Samurai crew, and many of the tasks that were quite difficult to do and time-consuming to do are now so much easier now that we have Market Samurai. Market Samurai allows us to explore market-level keywords very efficiently and drill down into those markets to find niches and micro-niches that exist within those broader markets. Market Samurai also makes it very easy for us to establish what the traffic potential is for those keywords and the page competition, so we can filter the keywords that don't meet our criteria. And ultimately, we're trying to find theme and category level keywords within those micro niches that we can use to create content and websites and blogs on the internet, which hopefully Google will find and give us ranking for, so we can begin to receive traffic for those keywords. The Noble Samurai crew will be talking in much more detail about how to use the part of Market Samurai that helps us to do this, which is Module 1, the Keyword Research module. And there are several videos following this which will outline that procedure. Well, that's it for me for this introductory video on what is a market on the internet. I hope you found that revealing and interesting. Good luck with your videos for the rest of day 2. I know you're going to love Market Samurai. It's an amazing tool. And I hope by the end of day 2 you will have found a couple of really good candidate micro niches with some great theme and category keywords that you can move forward with.